thinking and what you're doing. Are we the new person? Or who is the new person? Who do we have to get to and open them up and talk to them and find out what they want to do? Are they goal-oriented? Because young people don't want to do anything else but get to the next level. They're not worried about working right now. They're just trying to get to the next big paycheck, right? It's in school the same way. Coach Jay, man, just tell me what I got to do to get an A. They care nothing about the process, right? I ask them all the time, and I got to move head fast. Like, is it microwave dinner or is it Thanksgiving dinner? Which one is it? Because the hungry man don't taste good. Thanksgiving dinner tastes great, but my wife puts effort into Thanksgiving. I watch my stepmother and my mother put effort into Thanksgiving. You buying a turkey 3 weeks early, right? If you want the right size turkey. You soaking potatoes. Cleaning beans, like you're baking pies or ordering pies. You buying cakes 3 and 4 weeks early. The microwave dinner, you just go home, Brian, and we poke a couple holes in that thing, slide it in the oven, man, we done. Hey, man, I'm saying, man, because we know, like, we can eat, like gentlemen, men, we can eat anything, right? But the thing that means a lot to us, the camaraderie, the dinner time, the fellowship, the hanging out, it takes time, right? So are we learning to get with the sponge that Jennifer has and build time into them? Or do we have individuals who are like Katrina, and they are what? They are learning, they're absorbing, and they want to know information, but they're a nuisance to us. That kid, like Chris Daxon, I was telling you, I would give him 2 questions a day. That's all he could ask, 2 questions a day. But he got really resourceful. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Chris. Like, Chris Daxon has never worked in a building a day in his life. He's 24 years old. He owns his own Tesla, his own home. He has solar panels on his home. Like, he's never worked in the office a day in his life. He made 6 figures. He was always resourceful. He was always a sponge. Hey, give me more, give me more, give me more. I felt like he was a nuisance at times. Give me more, give me more. So when his mother passed away, he stayed with me. When his stepfather passed away, he stayed with me. Like, he would come, like, it would be knocking on the door. Hey, coach, can I talk to you? I said, no, Chris, it's 2:30 in the morning. Like, you can't stay with me. You can't talk to me right now. But then I would eventually get up and we would have conversations. He would ask questions and he would talk and he would, like, transformational, like how we transform his life. We could talk about these hurdles or we could transform life. I'm not asking you to talk to somebody at 2:30 in the morning, but you know who in your department that you have to spend time with, you have to talk to. And if you don't, it's your fault. It's not their fault, it's your fault. They don't have a clue, they don't understand. Or are you just like Elaine, just rigid, dirty, old, scrubby? I'm just a sponge. What does a sponge look like, Elaine? Am I right? It's dry. Like, it's dry. Nobody wants to be around the old, dry guy. When he talks, his breath stinks. Like, nobody wants to be around that individual. I tell the kids all the time, as I get older as a teacher, 2 things I need you to be very, very transparent with Coach Johnson. If I'm talking to you and I get close, like, you know how teachers get, right? And my breath stinks, tell me. Pass me a mint, give me a piece of gum, back up, move away. Like Coach Johnson know. Let me Coach Johnson know. The other one is, like, nobody ever does this, but you got to be transparent and have fun. I tell them this all the time. If I'm walking and something's hanging, like, let me know. Just let me know. Don't let me walk around school and I got boogers in my nose and nobody saying anything else about it. Just let me know. Why? I'm trying to connect with them in their package, in their safe space. I'm trying to connect with them, right? So I can get them to this point, and then they never get to this point. Do everybody understand that? And it's just communication and conversation with them. Thank you, ladies. Here you go. Look. Here we go. Move. There you go. Thank you. And you keep your sponge if you want it. Yeah, hey, somebody in the house, Jennifer, can. Somebody can. Somebody has to.
Not my child.
Oh, well, we got to work on that then.
Can you come talk to me?
No, I don't know. All right, here we go. So moving right along. Here we go, because I don't have much time, right? Lesson 3, what is your why? I got to get this video to you, okay? What is your why? I'm an Art of War guy. Anybody here read Art of War? Oh, my gosh, Tiffany. We got to have a conversation after. I love it. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Treat your employees as you would your own beloved son. Treat the people under you as you would your own beloved sons or daughters, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. That doesn't mean they're going to stay with you for 30 years. That just means they're gonna do what you ask them to do when you ask them to do it at a very, very high level, right? We're talking about elevating your department, elevating you, elevating the finance department. Treat your people as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. I gotta show you this. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oh no, let's go back. I'm sorry. Here we go.
This is called How Do I Know? But a lot of times when people hear the phrase, how do I know, the next thing they say is what? How do I know what? The key really isn't to know what. The key is to know why. Because when you know your why, you have options on what your what can be.
I'm sorry.
For instance, my why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. My what is stand-up comedy. My what is writing books. My what could be going out with some friends to eat. In fact, another what that has moved me towards my why is a web series that we have off now called Break Time. So every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, you should subscribe to the channel. We do a series called Break Time on YouTube. So 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode. One episode in particular, I'm about to show you a clip to. We were in Winston-Salem. So Break Time, this is how it works. I travel the country, I do stand-up comedy, probably an hour and a half at an event. And in the middle of my show, I'll just sit down and start talking to the audience. And funny just happens. Or I'll meet somebody who's really interesting. So I met this one guy, and he said that he teaches music at a school. I was like, all right, you teach music, can you sing? And then I'm just gonna show you a clip. Check it. So you're a musical director? Yes, sir. All right, so let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Wow. That bro can sing. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you give it a version is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid. I'm just saying, let me see a good version real quick. You know which version I'm talking about. You see if that exists. Let me see what you got. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Right now I'm somewhat blind. I see. Here's the thing. The first time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time I asked him to sing, he knew why he was doing it. When you know your why, your what has more impact because you're walking in or towards your purpose. This is called
Now listen, the video is self-explanatory. I would hope that it allows you to understand what we're talking about, the difference between transactional and transformational, right? How do we do that in the finance department? Find somebody and teach them what you know. The greatest thing that I see with individuals that do woodworking is when they relay it down to somebody else and that person can do the same thing and then add their flavor to it and then do it better. Then it makes everybody better. That goes back to, I want you to be better than me. My dad was telling me on Wednesday when I was eating breakfast with him that I have 2 uncles that know how to butcher cows and they can get to that backbone of that filet mignon and they can cut it down and slice it I mean, really, really perfectly, right? And get all of the meat with very little fat in it I said, well, they never taught us that? He said, you never asked. I said, ooh, that's tough. I'm asking. I'm getting ready to ask now. Right? I mean, you find a good butcher like that, that butcher can make a lot of money, right? So it's just relaying that information. But this is my why. The football in the school just gives me an opportunity. It's not who I am. I feel like I can go coach professional football. Like, I know enough football to coach on a very, very high level. I've been offered jobs to coach at colleges, a lot of colleges that you either know or that you guys went to. Like, I've had that opportunity, but my why is so much different. So I can go into the building when she's fussing, my wife. I can go in the building when things are not right, whatever it may be. I can go in the building when somebody cuts me off, and my why is just different. That supersedes what I do and how I do it. This having conversations at the dinner table with some guys that graduated and now doing different things is what I want to do. The job just provides the opportunity to do it. So winning the football games is a byproduct of what we are doing. I don't know what we cooked that night, but we sat there for 2 or 3 hours. Felton Davis played for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the first individual sitting to me on my left. Marcus Taylor is the second individual. He went to Norfolk State, graduated, first person in this house to ever graduate with a degree. He is trying out for the XFL right now. Casey Henn is an engineer. He went to Delaware. He runs his own, he's an architectural engineer, but he runs his own company flying drones. He's the only certified drone flyer in Delaware with the certification that he has. Makes upwards of $250,000. The gentleman right here, Demetrius Artis, went to CNU. I don't understand what Demetrius, I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's getting ready to get married. Someone who just got married. And the individual sitting right next to them is DJ Johnson. DJ Johnson went to St. Augustine in North Carolina. He now works for, he just wrote my life insurance policy. New York Life. He works for New York Life. And he coaches football with us as well. Like, right? They're all productive. They're not in your tax dollars, right? Everybody understand what I'm saying? Like, we're going to change the rhetoric of what you think about us in this development, all because of what somebody said to me when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, and what people poured into me. I didn't tell you about Charles Tilson, who was the State Farm agent when I was not playing professional football, that took me under his wing and said, hey, Lauren, I want you to just learn how to do life policies. I want you to sit at our front desk and talk to people. I want you to just answer phones for us, and I'll give you $2. It was never $2. It was always like, I never had an hourly wage back in 2000 when I was working for this individual, but I would always have a nice check at the end of the week. Charles Tilson really did me well. He always paid for my lunch, but he always talked to me. He taught me how to do a deposit at a bank for a business. Like, he taught me how to write life policies. He taught me how to do State Farm business. He taught me how to work the computers. He was always pouring into me. I didn't want to do life insurance. You know what I want to do at 20 years old? I want to run around the NFL football field and make millions of dollars. But everything he poured into me to this day. He passed away during COVID. You know what they did during COVID? Like, nobody could go to the funeral. His family called me and said, thank you. I said, thank you for what? I should be thanking you all. You just allowed him to release every single day of his life. I allowed Charles Tilson, who was a multimillionaire, to release every day of his life. Like, but he poured into me, but I was allowing him to release. Like, where are you at?
Are you the old sponge, the middle sponge, or the new sponge? Like, where are you? What are you asking about? Like, I can do this. No two situations are the same. Stop trying to move around. The grass isn't always greener. On the other side is green with water. Are you making your department better? Are you elevating yourself to a higher level? Are you making yourself better? Are you and your spouse making each other better? Are you and your children making each other better? Are you and your father having a great relationship talking? Are you and your mother having a great relationship talking? Are you always watering your grass? There's no restriction in Henrico County about watering your grass right now. Like, we don't have a drought. Like, we're not at that point. Like, water, prune those trees. Like, take care of the fruit. Do everything that you need to do to be successful. No two situations are the same. I'm going backwards now. Here we go. Tell me when I gotta stop. You create it or you maintain it. Your culture. Is it 5 minutes? All right, your culture is you create it or you maintain it. You create the culture or you maintain the culture. If you don't like what it's like when you walk in the building, somebody give me one of the address buildings. Give me an address building. Give me a number. The address number. Say it again. 4301. Give me the rest of it.
East Parent.
East Parent Road. If you walk over there and you don't like it, change it. I didn't say you had to change the physical address. Like you don't have to go somewhere else. Change the environment. Develop a purpose. This is mine. I'm not gonna read it. We don't have enough time. Develop a purpose. Like my purpose is simple. Winning football games has never been what I wanted to do. Changing the lives of men is what I want to do. And the way of doing it is finding a sport that we all love, which is football, in an environment that will accept what I do and how I do it, and then move forward. I just need them to go to college for little or no money. If somebody would have said that to you, Stephen, in the 9th grade, would you have bought onto that? I'm gonna send you to college with little or no money. Your mother don't have to pay anything for you to go to school. Just think about your circumstances where you were at the time. In my house, when my coach said it to me, I was like, I had an older brother and an older sister that went to college, and this thing called financial aid wasn't very, very financial aiding. I mean, so when we looked at the EFC and what they said my mother and father could do, my stepmother and my father could do, that wasn't computing. The money didn't make sense. It just didn't happen. So what do? All right, I just created something. This is what we want to do, develop a purpose. So you're gonna be superior or servant. Watch this. Understanding young workers. I try to share this with the teachers in my building. You know what they tell me all the time? No. Shut up. I tell them all the time, shut up. Turnovers. Recognition and praise, time spent with managers. Learn how the current work is making them more marketable. Opportunities to learn new things, fun at work. Like they like to have fun. Kids like to have fun. Young people like to have fun. Once upon a time, we used to like to have fun, Barbara. Like we used to like to have fun. You know what I mean? But then at some point in time, somebody told us stop having fun. Right? Like when you go to preschool, you have fun. You go to elementary school, you have fun. You go to junior high school, you have fun. You go to high school, you have fun. You go to college and you have a lot of fun. And then you become an adult, you can't have fun anymore. Like they don't see it that way. Hey, this book, Lawrence J. Bradford and Claire, it's called 20-something. It was written in 1993. 1993. 93. Fun at work. Small, unexpected rewards. Y'all thought y'all was coming in here and the guy talking to y'all was gonna give away money? Nobody thought that. We just gonna have another guy talking, man. This football coach, I don't know, man. I ain't a Spring fan, I'm a Freeman fan or whatever. Shut up, I'm not kidding about that. I'm talking about trying to help you get better. Turn off, hearing about the past. This is 1993. They don't want to hear about, hey, when I was there, this is what I did. Oh man, we were really good. They don't want to hear that. They look at this. Workaholism, being watched and scrutinized. None of you like anybody standing over your shoulder. But we do it, but we don't like it. They disparaging comments about their generation's taste and styles. That was a generation ago, and it's still relevant now. Feeling disrespected now. This is what this is not changed. If you see anything up there that's not changed, or excuse me, that has changed, please tell me. None of it has changed. That was in 1993. The book is called 20-something. I couldn't bring it. Mine is so fragile, it's falling apart. You know who gave me that book? Charles Tilson, the State Farm agent that has now passed away. His legacy is still living on because he wanted to help build into me, pour into me. In 1993, he had the book. He passed it to me in 2000. And it's still relative today. Don't make comparisons. I gotta go. Comparisons is the thief and joy of, comparisons is the thief of happiness and joy. That book, ladies, that I just gave you, that's Miles to talk about. That's at the end of the book, like page 237-ish, I think. I read the book like 3 times. It's like 237-ish, I think, in that range. Comparison is the thief of happiness and joy. Don't compare to what we did in the past. Don't compare to last year, even though they tell you to use the numbers from last year. Like, don't compare to last year. Forget, I did marketing, so I know what they tell you. Like, let's look at the fiscal year, last year. Let's see what we did. Let's see how we did. No, sometimes you gotta think beyond the box and you gotta be a little better. You gotta have your numbers to be able to create your data and move people forward and show your standards. I understand that. how can we think outside the box? Swing there, work ethic. The buy-in is always important. It's like a microwave. It's not like nothing like a microwave, more like Thanksgiving dinner. The end result is always more rewarding than immediate satisfaction. Create work ethic in the culture. Show them how to work smarter, not harder, right? What else? Empathy. Empathetic children and co-workers are more resilient and patient because they can step into somebody else's shoes and they can see it. Like, show them some empathy, allow them to talk to you about empathetic things, like keep moving forward. Humility. Hey, I was wrong. I don't know how many times I've had to say it. My daughter has taught me a lot. Hey, who left the dishes in the sink? Didn't I tell you to wash those dishes? Didn't I tell you to wash the dishes? I did, Dad. But my brothers, they put stuff back in there. And I've had to learn to say, ooh, I'm sorry. I had to do it. Whose shoes in the middle of the floor? Oh, those are mine. Like, I had to do it, right? It's called humility, right? Players, parents, employees are not being properly educated on the do's and don'ts. They are flooding the internet with pictures and tweets of themselves and other images that portray their life to be perfect reality. You take the blame. Like, be the example society runs away from. Like, show them something different. What you allow you to do. We talking about building culture, communication. I skipped over one. I got it. Hey, your own family is a training ground. My family's a training ground. Coach Austin coaches with us. Anytime people get in the car with him, no cell phones. Put your cell phones down. We got to talk, or we listen to the air. How many of y'all ride together places, and y'all get in the car, and everybody has their phone in their hand? It's in my house. Hey, Coach Austin, that's what I said. Coach Austin, man, all the way to Blacksburg? Yes, 3 hours. We got to talk. Like, we got to catch up and talk. We have to talk. We have to have a conversation. This girl that my son is dating, like, talk to me about it. What does her family do? What do you like to do? What's your favorite color? What's her favorite color? Like, I mean, what's your mother? I have to ask. I'm preparing for Mother's Day already, and Christmas and the holiday. Like, what has your mother been talking to you about? That's my conversation right now with my daughter. We've been talking about this, we've been talking about this. She wants this expensive purse. I don't know if I can have that. All right, Monday meetings. Every Monday, how often do you have staff meetings? We meet every Monday with the players. I need to know what happened on the weekend to be ready to go for the week. I'm creating a culture that's gonna be sustainable and survive. And I'm teaching every young person that works with me, Jordan, Christian, Ralph, I go all of them. I just need DJ, I need all of them. When I step away, I need the culture to maintain the same, because it's not about winning. It's not about the transaction, it's about the transformation. All right? Create the culture. Care about your work, surround yourself with people who care. Show your team you care about them, build a team that cares about one another. Together, show your customers, the fans, the students, the patients that you care about who they are. Like, put that mission statement, who do I need to turn to? And say, put the mission statement on the website so people know what the finance department is about. So when you guys send documentation out to them, it's not, I'm not paying that bill, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing, because that's what's being said. Like, people don't understand the responsibility, or they want to own up to their responsibility, but they need to know, like, this is what we're here for. We are here to help. We are here to support. We are here to deliver. We're not just here to take your money from you, but that's what we all say. We all say it. Finance department just want our money. Finance department just want they will take all our money. Like, no, they're responsible, but explain to people, help them understand. That is the general thought process of this culture, right? Of this generation. They just want something from you. No, nobody wants anything from you. Nobody wants anything from you, all right? Empower, inspire, include. You got an opportunity to start right now. This is your starting time right now. I'm way over my time. And thank you for giving me extra time. Listen, guys, this is your opportunity. Transformational, not transactional. Everything in finance, though, is what? A transaction. Everything is. Like, the play on words, like, pay attention to what I'm saying. Everything is transactional. But how do we make it transformational? Especially with the people that were inside the building. The people that need it the most. The people that are going to be here to help. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna assume that Barbara is the closest to being done, retirement-wise.
Man, why would
I'm assuming. I told you I'm gonna pick on you the whole time. All right? I'm just assuming Okay?
Not falls.
Not falls, right? I'm not either, believe it or not. I've been in education 21 years. Like, I'm close. I'm really close. And I'm gonna go find something else to do. But listen to me very carefully. When she leaves and she says, okay, I'm done, it needs to be transformational. Did you hear what I just said? Like, she needs to be able to kick her feet up and say, man, those people over the last couple of years are transformational, not transactional. Barbara, we just need, you got some extra pens and pencils in? That, I know that's how they do you. Like, you got a lot of stuff that everybody wants. I'm assuming, I don't know if I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong.
No.
No? See?
They want things.
Hey, it's something different though, right?
Yeah.
All right, sounds like me. Empower, inspire, and include. Right? Inclusion is talked about every single day in our society, but how do we do it in this department to make everybody better? You got a new sponge. How many of you guys have new sponges in your department? Tap into them now. When you leave here, tap into the new sponge. All they trying to do is get paid so they can go party in Cabo or something like that. They ain't thinking about nothing else. Ask them what you need to do. What are your goals? What else do you want to do? And watch the conversation start flowing. How many of you got sponges on that far end, that old crap? You got to throw a little water on them. Clean them up. Bring them in there. All right. I had another story. I can't get to the story right now. We'll move forward. But if you listen, let me go back to it. Take a picture of that and go look at that story. Take your phone out. Go look at that story. Not very good at what she did, but the whole action of what happened in this softball game was transformational. That is what the young people can do. If you go and look at it, you will see what young people are capable of and how they function for something that wasn't very good and that they weren't a part of. Please do it, all right? And be committed to your leadership. I got another hour material I can talk to you guys about. Hopefully I said something, right? Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully it wasn't like the regular retreat that the pastor lay down before you wake up. I don't know what you guys experienced, all right? Hopefully it was something different that gets you thinking and moving. And hopefully my transparency helped you in that situation, right? My passion that I have for what I do is I just want everybody to be better. Like we all can take a step in getting better at everything that we do. And I like to call names. I appreciate you guys wearing name tags. It helped me. I didn't wear mine. It's so cumbersome. I hate them so much. But thank you for wearing yours so I can call your names and be a part of what's going on. Thank you, Joanne, for having me. Hey, I appreciate everything you guys have done today, your participation, your attention to detail and everything. And that's it. Thank you.